Hey guys, welcome to Island 2, my absolute favorite boss. Just kidding, I can't stand this boss, but this is going to get you a solid score. It's actually not a hard map and not a hard boss with the towers that you have. Grab your hero, set her on strong. For the free dart, you can put it towards the back end to help with balloon cleanup. We're going to start with the plane and mark it on Wing Monkey if you do have the monkey knowledge. And we're going to start it out as a 3-2-0. We're not going to upgrade this. We're going to put out a spike, and you want to put it more towards the front of the boss. With the update and having it to where you can change it to automatic, the spikes are going to go wherever the first balloons or the first boss is. So if you have the balloon cleanup and nothing's leaking, all of these spikes are going to target the boss. We want to create all of these as mob shredders. It's going to be very tedious at the beginning. Essentially, our strategy is going to be rotating between spikes and then rotating between planes to kind of help with the balloon cleanup. We're going to be able to create a Paragon and be able to honestly, towards the back end of the map, you can either recreate it, you can create a different Paragon if you want to micro extremely hard and kind of help with the income. The strategy is to get out a engineer monkey as quickly as possible to help generate income. If we can upgrade our engineer monkey to a T5 in that trap is going to give you a ton of money each time that trap is full. But we want to kind of create our strategy and keep getting the rounds off. So you're going to see me place out the mob shredders as 0-3-2s and also planes, kind of rotating in between. As the boss passes, even though those spikes are automatic, when it kind of goes out of range, you can sell them and keep building more and more. You're going to have the planes to kind of help with the balloon cleanup, but keep in mind the mob shredders are going to be the most effective damage to the boss. When you do place out your engineer trap, put it towards the very top of the map because all of the balloons and mobs are going to be coming out the top. So the more things that go in the trap and the quicker it goes in the trap, the quicker the trap is going to become full, and then it's going to give you income each time. So essentially, just keep putting the mob shredders along where you can. When you can't place any more of where the boss is, you can kind of continue with the planes. The objective is still to have things out that damage the boss, but to upgrade that engineer as quickly as possible. Once we get that upgraded, the income's going to be coming in so quickly that we'll be able to create the Paragon rather quickly, which we want to do because if you're not familiar with this boss will throw out lava and rocks, as you see now on the map with certain towers, on your most high-priced ones, and they'll take out range. So when we have the Dart Paragon out, it's going to really affect the range of the Dart Paragon. So the quicker that we can get the Paragon out, the better. So that means we need to be able to generate income. The other thing with this boss is it's not as easy as the other boss because once you get T5s, then you can kind of slowly start working up towards other T5s. With this boss, since it throws out the lava and the rocks at the different types of towers, you're going to want to put similar tier price towers out that are going to be similar in price and also that will be effective in damage. That way, when the lava rocks come out, you have so many towers that there'll be some that hopefully will not freeze and will continue to damage the boss. The spikes are a great option and the planes are going to be a great option on this one. Once you have enough, what we'll do is I'm going to turn around and sell, not everything, because the engineer is not going to be doing damage to the boss. So you still want to be able to have towers out, but still be able to create that engineer trap as quickly as possible. Once we get that, then we can kind of start working, honestly, towards our Dart Paragon right away. The other piece with this boss, if you're not too familiar with it, is going to be the heat up bar. So where the boss is going and you see the levels coming off, underneath that is the heat up bar. When that goes all the way up, it's going to freeze every tower for a few seconds on there, which could cause balloon leakage. But with this particular map and this boss, it actually works out perfectly because by the time it unfreezes everything, the planes that we have out, plus the balloon trap towards the beginning, which we just upgraded to a T5, is going to help with that balloon cleanup. Now that we upgraded our engineer all the way to a T5, we can honestly start working on our Dart Paragon. I do suggest starting with the middle path first. That way, if the ability it refreshes, which this ball, since it throws out the lava, it can cause it to freeze, which makes the ability not refresh to where you can hit it all the time, just like there where it froze. So when that ability refreshes, if you have the opportunity, don't wait. Go ahead and click it and use it so they turn into mini super monkeys. The additional darts that you put out will also turn into the mini super monkeys, and then that way they can damage the boss. That pond is also going to be a great option to put some subs in and make them 204s. Remember, since the lava is coming out on them, the more towers you have out, the better with this boss, because if you have the least amount of towers, then they're definitely going to have lava and freeze. So doing similar price towers on these is going to help where they continue to damage the boss. But ultimately, we want to be saving and slowly putting out T5s for each one of the dart ones. I am going to upgrade my plane to a 520. That way it helps with the damage while we're putting out these. So you can upgrade any one of your planes, sell the other ones, and make it a 520, and slowly then start upgrading each one of the T5s. I'm going to do the top path and make it a 502. I'm going to put the other one towards the kind of the entrance in the back end of the map, because that's going to be the one that's going to be my Dart Paragon. And by the time we have enough money and to be able to sell the towers, that will be a good place for it. If you do have the monkey knowledge, you can do the bottom path twice for the dart monkey. However, this particular boss, and with it impacting your high price towers, that dart monkey, when we create it as a Paragon, is going to be hit pretty much non-stop, and it's going to freeze. It's going to lessen its vision as well and its range. So creating it as quickly as possible is going to be really important. You're going to see later on towards the back end, I'm going to try to sell that Dart Paragon and create it to the very end. That way it continues damaging, because it's going to get out of my range of my Dart Paragon. If you make some modifications, you can get over 100. This is going to get you 90, but we're going to be able to create, as you see, our Dart Paragon very quickly. In order to do this, you're going to want to create that engineer as quickly as possible. That engineer is going to generate so much income for you to where you can create that Dart Paragon quickly. Make sure once you create it, put it on strong so it's only targeting the boss and getting as many levels off as possible. Now the next part's going to be easy. After you get your Dart Paragon, the levels are going to come off pretty quickly, and the reason why it's going to freeze is, as I stated, high price towers, that boss is going to freeze and it's going to stop it. It's going to affect the vision. When those rocks are coming out right now, if it's within one of those rocks, it's going to take that vision away from the Dart Paragon and it's not going to be able to hit it. So you're going to want to try to rebuild and put out towers. In addition, I would suggest putting out ice monkeys. Ice monkeys for this boss do cool down to where that heat up bar where it's maxed all the way out and all of my towers kind of freeze for a second, just like there. That's supposed to help. As it starts going further and further in the rounds, the ice monkeys are effective, but not as much. So feel free, if you don't want to use them, you don't have to, but once we create it, that'd probably be the first towers that I would place, would be the ice monkeys. After that, other great options are going to be your helicopters, 204s. These are going to be great. I upgraded one to a 205. These are very, in particular, great for this boss, because even when it freezes or stuns, these helicopters are right where the boss is, and the rotors are going to continue hitting it and helping with that damage off of the boss, to where you're going to have that support from with that Dart Paragon. Now, it's kind of trial and error with this boss when things freeze and then when you can unfreeze and sell as well too. So for me, I tried to create the Dart Paragon towards the back end of the map. However, my Dart Paragon never unfroze to where I could turn around and sell it. If you're lucky enough, or if it works out, you can start doing your Dart Paragon and sell it and have it towards the back end of the map. So that's what I'm doing now for this portion, is I just recreated my T5s and did the top path, the middle path, and the bottom path. in hopes that I was able to turn around and sell that Dart Paragon as the boss passed towards the back end of the map, and just to help get a couple of extra levels off as well. I did rebuild the Engineer Monkey to kind of help continue generating the income, but honestly, this second boss is really not that difficult. Very easy for the particular boss that it is, especially since I find that this is the hardest one. But as always, guys, thank you so much for all of your support. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. If you want to support me in-game, my in-game creator code is mthegoddess, just like my YouTube channel. And I hope you guys all have an amazing holiday and an amazing weekend. I will see you guys very shortly on Island 3, and bye, guys.